name is Pat Rudolph, and I work with Ventureforth. And I'll give you a little background on the company in a bit. But first, I want to introduce you to our customer, Mark Hartman from York Water. You know, despite Mother Nature and the airlines, they could not keep Mark away. So glad to have him here. He is participating remotely. And Mark, I'll let you give a little background on yourself.
Just me or the company? I'll go with me, I guess. So I've been doing IT stuff for about a little over 20 years. And I do start out as a developer, and I still do that today, but I've done development, DBA, certified DBA, project management, IT lead, and you're all around good guy. So we've been founded in 1816, so 200 years next month. As far as we know, we've been investigating this a little bit. We believe that we are the oldest investor-owned utility in the nation. We've been on Forbes' list of most trustworthy companies multiple times. We're on a recent list of 12 companies that have at least 100 straight years of consecutive dividends, and we are at 200 years for York Water. So we're pretty proud of that. So the company, we have roughly 100 employees total, and we also contract with other people for different road work or whatever we're working on. But we have roughly 100 employees. We have an IT staff of 3 people, but we are doing a massive IT expansion this year, and we'll increase by a full 33.33%. We've been on Oracle EBS right around 10 years. We came in under 11i. I think some of our modules, I came in 2008, but I think some of our modules were live in late part of 2005, and by mid to late 2006, we were totally live on everything EBS that we have. We have modules including the AP, AR, HR payroll, project accounting, service, and the EAM.
Yeah, so this is my one-slide commercial on Ventureforth, and then I won't do a commercial. We are an Oracle Platinum partner, and I think the second bullet on here is probably the most important. We work exclusively with Oracle. We are not distracted by other backend systems. No Maximo, SAP, we focus on Oracle. And so when you do that, when you have that kind of focus, you get really, really good at it. And we've been working with Oracle a very long time. We started in 1995. We're a private company headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia, offices and employees around the world, customers also around the world. We started off in the Oracle space building mobile applications and disconnected mobile applications. So I'll explain what that means. It means I can download the work to a mobile device running iOS, Android, Windows, any of the operating systems, go away from the network, do my work on the mobile device, and then synchronize my backend coverage. And that's been our bread and butter for many, many years. When Oracle announced the cloud strategy, we also wanted to get aligned with that. So we have a new product that we're going to talk about today, the vWork Scheduler for scheduling resources. It's very cool, and it's very tied into the Oracle cloud strategy. 3 employees roughly who are responsible over the course of a calendar year they will assign 36,000 or more than 36,000 work orders over the course of a year. And 3 employees are doing that now. About 50 days for each of them, and they will go through and assign them out to actual individual people. And so for us, we want to move towards mobile work orders eventually. We hope to do it this year, and it looks like it's going to be probably next year. Use vWork scheduler to then kind of drag and drop assignments. That work actually shows up on a tablet that they have and are departing, maybe even as they leave their house or however that works eventually. So probably be coming into the office, but at some point, they just click up their tablet in the morning at their breakfast table, and they see what work they're going to have for the day, and it's already assigned there. So Ventureforth is the vWork scheduler is a SaaS solution, so that makes it a really easy thing for us. The setup was phenomenally easy for us. So I think it's kind of a self-service setup model, and I think there may be some, I don't know if there's screenshots on that later, but you can sign up and set up. Ventureforth actually, because ours is a hybrid model, where we have our database and all our server spaces on site, on premise. We have this Linux machine as a go-between, and really it's not a new PC. It's just kind of a medium-range PC. Very, very minimal setup on that. It requires Ventureforth to kind of help us kick that off, and the setup was very
criteria of keeping the IT department engaged with the business. So we don't want to have a technology solution that pulls us away from talking about business and talking about what are the problems we're trying to solve and how do we do that, how to become more efficient as a company.
Basically, when you log in, this is the dashboard that you see that shows the work schedule by technician, the hours by technician. So a very easy snapshot of where the work is and where the load is on the technicians. I can hover over any of these with my mouse and drill down in and get more details on the work behind those into the actual work orders.
For water supply, ours is a test database. You can see that we don't assign work orders to individuals and kind of get a snapshot into our pictures. But so for the blue, that's that's all for your primary. That's your primary department that you're in. Those are the work orders assigned to the primary department. The red is secondary, and the tertiary the department then the green. But so you kind of can see it by departments and who's involved in that.
Let me talk about what vWork Scheduler is and how it's architected and how it's deployed. So vWork Scheduler is a 100% Oracle tool built with Oracle tool sets, meaning Java, Apex. It's built using Oracle. So basically, we support two models. One is the hybrid solution that Mark talked about. This is where the vWork Scheduler server sits in the cloud. It has a connection to the on-site EBS instance, right? So that's the way it is at York Water. And until EAM moves to the cloud, this is how all of our EAM customers will be deployed, right? So vWork Scheduler sits in the cloud, the EBS, EAM sits on-prem, and the small Linux box that Mark talked about on-prem is required only for security. That's our S-tunnel server. So we have a secure connection between the cloud and his EBS. So when Oracle EAM moves to cloud maintenance, then we're ready for it. I mean, the plumbing, the architecture of our cloud solution is such that we can point to the on-prem EBS EAM, or we can redirect that and point to cloud maintenance when it's available. So, we did submit it last year for Oracle Validated Integration, OVI. We got that certification in October of last year, and you can get it today from the Oracle Cloud Marketplace. And I think, Jim, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we were the first EAM partner to have a product in the Cloud Marketplace.
Yeah.
Great. Mark mentioned the SaaS application subscription-based pricing model, and it makes it very attractive to customers because think about in the past, for perpetual licenses, I had to buy a license for a device, I had to get the big implementation charge, or Donald Trump would say, huge implementation charge, pay the annual maintenance, some percentage of the cost. And those costs add up, and it creates a huge cost of entry, barrier of entry for our customers. And so we started getting pushback from customers. They didn't want to pay 6 figures for implementation anymore. This model that I'll talk about, the pricing, no implementation charges, no annual maintenance, no hardware required on site. For the Oracle Cloud, using Oracle technology, we deployed Oracle Platform as a Service, Database as a Service, Java, Infrastructure as a Service. This thing is built to align with Oracle's cloud technology. It is a fully integrated cloud solution. But we have some customers that say, I want to run it on-prem. Can you take it out of the cloud and put it behind my firewall because I just am not going to run anything in the cloud? And the answer is we don't want to do that, but we can do that. It's architected, it's flexible, we can do that. If the customer wants to run it in a private cloud, we can do that. We don't prefer to. We prefer to deploy in Oracle because it's very easy. You get all the SLAs and Exadata, all the benefits of the Oracle Cloud. But there's a lot of flexibility in how we deploy the cost. It's actually zero cost to deploy. It's cost savings, right? I can put this in for $0. It's billed quarterly in arrears, right? So 90 days, no charge, you play with it, deploy it. I only pay more when I add users. So I don't have to speculate how many users I'm going to have in 6 months and then buy those licenses in advance. And then if I don't hire the users or if I have to let somebody go, then I'm stuck with shelfware. Right? This gets rid of all that. I can ramp the number up and down as required based on my implementation. So again, cost savings. Automated deployment. As Mark mentioned, we did the self-service automated deployment model. It goes in, install it, you download it from the Oracle Cloud Marketplace, get it installed. Very fast time to market. In Mark's case, we were actually going pretty slow because we were demonstrating and documenting everything that we were doing. But even then, it was under half a day. And realistically, we could install this thing in less than an hour. Right? Into the database, everything running soup to nuts. So very fast time to market. And then the last one, the built-in lifecycle, I started thinking about this, and the most obvious one is all the new features that come out, how quickly they come to market, right? In a cloud deployment, I can get new features very, very quickly, right? Instead of the old model where I bought a perpetual license and I'm kind of beholden to the vendor to have some roadmap schedule that they may or may not hit. In the cloud marketplace, you're going to see those features hit very, very fast. And then the minute they do, you can take advantage of them. Okay, just from a high level, what vWork Scheduler can do is really drag and drop resource scheduling, work order scheduling, scheduling by technician or by department. And it's built to be very, very easy. And I'll show you some screenshots in a second how it works. But month, week, daily views, list views of the work orders by technician or by department, drag and drop capabilities. Analytics are built in, so I've got some charts and some BI type intelligence built in that I can go look at on resources and usage. What we've added that I don't have in the screenshots here is costing and budgeting information that's now in the product. We're talking about fast features. We also have built in map integration because the customer asked for map integration. They wanted to see where the assets and where the work orders are happening. From a technician point of view, I can also go in and create, complete, update work orders. I can add parts, do parts management to a work order. I can print the work order. So just a lot of flexibility, a lot of functionality for a technician in addition to the planner. So this is a screenshot of the calendar view. And again, you can see I've got work orders scattered around the calendar in this monthly view. I could also choose the week, day, or list view. But it is really just drag and drop. If I want to take that one that's on Monday the 30th and move it over to Friday, click a mouse, drag it over, 2 seconds later, and it's done. And it's done in EAM. A technician can log in and see their list of release work orders. They can, it's, again, the intuitive model of it, if it's blue, it's probably a hyperlink, and I can click on it. If it's black, it's just text. So I can go in and I can complete the work order as a technician. Just click the complete button, and it'll walk through the steps. I can, what else? I can get asset information by clicking on the asset number. Look at the header information for that asset in more details. I can take meter readings. I can do parts management, which is over to the side. So we built our products, not only this one, but our mobile products as well, from a technician's point of view. How can I make this as simple as possible, boil it down to only what they need to see to get their job done? And that's what we present to users. So where can I get it? You can go to the Oracle Cloud Marketplace at cloud.oracle.com/marketplace. It's pretty self-explanatory. I can download the app from here, get it installed, running. Oh, and if you need some help on how to install it and get it running, we included these video links here. And these are step-by-step instructions. So I can click the video, it'll walk you through every part of the installation. How to install the schema into your database, how to get the user set up in vWork Scheduler. Completely self-service. You can download this product, get it installed, and never talk to Ventureforth. Now we get to the good parts. This is, when Mark went and talked to a CFO about the price of this product and how to get into it, it's a pretty easy sell. Very low cost to get into it, $0. The pricing for vWork Scheduler is $1 per day per scheduled resource. Right? So if I've got 50 technicians, as an example, on the bottom here, that I'm scheduling in EAM, that's under $19,000 a year. That's everything. There's no implementation, no annual maintenance, no extra hardware to buy. This is your cost. So even if you take this over 10 years, which is the argument a lot of people like to make against cloud, oh, if you take it over 10 years, it's more expensive than the perpetual model. It's really not. Right? We look at this and go, that's less than the annual maintenance cost for some of our competitors. Right? Our total cost of ownership right here is less than the annual maintenance alone of some of our competitors. Forget the implementation fee and the perpetual license fee and all the other stuff. So we think this is a pretty easy sell. A lot of functionality, a lot of new features, and a very low price point to get into.